I heard an interview the other day with Michael Pollan about a new book that he's written looking at consciousness. And this was on the Ezra Klein podcast, the interview. And so I'm looking forward to reading Pollan's book because I find studies of consciousness so intriguing insofar as that our consciousness is so close to us. Obviously, we have direct experience of it, and yet it's so far away and mysterious for us. We know so little about it and what it actually is. But that conversation also got me thinking about one of the deep, deep harms, I think, that we are all experiencing collectively within late-stage capitalism, and that is harm to the consciousness, or maybe to the spirit, if you'd rather use that term. And I recently wrote a series of essays called The Enclosure of Spirit, and what I was pointing to in that series of essays was trying to get down to the sort of level of where human consciousness itself is increasingly sucked up into or enclosed within capitalist projects. And what first led me to that work was thinking about algorithmic capitalism and social media and how giant tech companies are really trying to harvest some of those essential aspects of the human experience. And so hearing Pollan talk about how little we know about consciousness and how easily we are distracted away from consciousness, or how little time most humans spend exploring or thinking about consciousness, it just made me think of how ripe that is for exploitation by large tech companies and others. And so I hope we are on a trajectory in which more and more folks are sort of beginning to understand that spiritual sickness that late-stage capitalism seems to foster, and are interested in finding ways to do things differently and to move to a future in which human well-being is more supported by the larger institutions and structures around us.